Throughout the entire run of Breaking Bad, two of the show's most important characters, two of the biggest figures in Walt's life, never actually met each other. Over the course of Breaking Bad's 5 seasons, most of the major characters crossed paths at some point or another. Gus met Hank when he was keeping up his facade as a local businessman and friend of law enforcement. Jesse ended up working with Hank to build a case against Walt. Skyler butted heads with Saul when they were setting up the money laundering operation. When a team of writers is working on a long-running TV show, their characters are like pieces on a chessboard, constantly being moved around to interact with each other. Every possible character interaction is fodder for a new storyline. A chance meeting between Walt and Jane's father at a bar leads to a devastating plane crash over Albuquerque. But two of the most significant Breaking Bad characters never shared a single scene together. Walt Jr. and Jesse Pinkman never meet in Breaking Bad. Walt's two sons never met. Throughout the entirety of Breaking Bad, Walt Jr. never met Jesse. Jesse came over to the house for the most awkward dinner of all time with Walt and Skyler, but Walt Jr. wasn't there. Jesse kicked in the front door and doused the living room with gasoline when he discovered that Walt had poisoned Brock, but thankfully, no one was home at the time. Walt Jr. and Jesse were two of Breaking Bad's main characters, but they never interacted, unlike Skyler, who becomes an accomplice in Walt's criminal empire relatively early on. Walt Jr. didn't realize his dad was a drug lord until the last few episodes. By then, Jesse was locked in a cage, being exploited as a meth-cooking slave, so there was no opportunity for the two to meet. Still, it would have been fascinating to see them share the screen, even if it was just in one scene. Jesse quickly became a second son to Walt, albeit one he ruthlessly manipulated, so it would have been interesting to see Walt's two sons meet. Walt Jr. and Jesse not meeting shows how Walter White tried to separate his two lives. Walt did his best to keep his secret from Walt Jr. Walt looking angry in Breaking Bad. The dramatic crux of Breaking Bad, much like in Dexter, Barry, and Hannah Montana, is the protagonist's double life. He balances his life as a husband, father, and high school chemistry teacher with his life as a notorious kingpin producing industrial quantities of crystal meth. Walt goes to great pains to keep his two lives separate, and while he failed to keep his secret from Skyler, he successfully kept Walt Jr. in the dark until the very end.